Thank you for calling the Maine Department of Labor. All of our agents are busy answering calls. Please call back at a later time. Thank you for calling the Maine Department of Labor. All of our agents are busy answering calls. Please call back at a later time.
What you are witnessing here, I call the REDIAL ritual. Sadly, this is what you have to do these days to try to connect with a real person at the Maine Department of Labor. The REDIAL ritual can last for hundreds of call attempts over the course of hours, days, even weeks. And this isn't my first round of the REDIAL ritual. My first round, which lasted 3 days of hitting the REDIAL button, happened last month when the Department of Labor determined that I was not eligible for any monetary benefits. I had applied when the hotel where I worked furloughed me due to the pandemic. Now, this was my very first job since moving to Maine a few months ago, and I had only worked there for 2 weeks when the craziness happened. When I finally got through to someone, she told me to file an appeal, and she gave me a phone number to call. That led to my second round of the REDIAL ritual. As I continuously pressed the REDIAL button for 2 days, I felt like I was the victim of a venomous system, a powerful force that was out to get me. When I finally connected with someone at the appeals department, I was told that I had to email a photo of my social security card and driver's license to a special email address. I sent off my email, and it auto-generated this response, which kind of made me wonder if my email would even get read. So after not hearing anything for a few days, I began this, what you are witnessing now, my third round of the REDIAL ritual. Since misery loves company, I schlepped out my video camera to share the experience with you. Now, by this point, I had already hit the REDIAL button more than 300 times over the course of 2 hours. I eventually shut off the camera when I had to go to the bathroom. Hey, I'm human. But I kept pushing REDIAL as I sat on the throne, and that's when someone finally took my call. I asked if they got my email. She said no, but that wasn't the issue. My problem was that I had previously worked in Connecticut before moving to Maine. That meant that I would have to speak to someone at Tier 2. Tier 2. She then transferred my call to that division.
All of our representatives are currently helping other callers. Please stay on the line and your call will be answered in the order it was received.
What you see here is me waiting for a Tier 2 person to take my call. As I waited for almost 2 hours, these are some of the ways I found to amuse myself. If I didn't do stuff like this, I would have gone mad. But once again, I felt like I was the victim of a terrifying force that was determined to crush me, break me, engulf me. When I finally reached a Tier 2 person, my saga took an unexpected turn, which is this. Now that I'm not working, I have plenty of time to do the housework. So here's what the Tier 2 person said to me. She looked at my information and said, according to what I see here, you still have an open unemployment claim in Connecticut. Did you apply for unemployment in Connecticut? I said, yeah, but that was like 4 months ago when I quit my job there. The HR person gave me a packet of information and she said I could use this to file for unemployment. I said, but I'm quitting my job. Would that make me eligible for unemployment benefits? She said, probably not, but give it a shot anyway. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So that's what I did. I filed for unemployment in Connecticut, dutifully filed my weekly claims for about 3 weeks until Connecticut got back to me with a notice that said, guess what? You're not eligible for unemployment here because you voluntarily left your job. I wasn't surprised to hear that. So I stopped filing my claims, never got a cent from them, thought that was in my past. moved to Maine, got the job at the hotel, which I loved, was furloughed after 2 weeks, and filed for unemployment in Maine. What do I do now? Well, the person at Tier 2 said to me, from now on, you have to file for unemployment in Connecticut. When the next Sunday came along, it was time to file my weekly claim. So I logged onto the Connecticut system and got this discouraging message. Next, I tried Maine, and I received this message. I mean, it's like they've wiped me out of existence. Well, looks like nobody wants me, and now I don't know where I can turn to make this craziness stop. I feel like I'm going downhill fast, like I'm trapped in something that's inescapable, and no matter what I try, no matter where I turn, it simply won't help. Now, I seriously considered another round of the REDIAL ritual, but when I looked outside today, the sun was shining and the birds were singing, and I really needed to step away from the insanity of an overwhelmed, understaffed system. So, I ventured outside and got high.